Good evening, it's meteorologist Michael Fecca. Welcome back to the 9 p.m. all-weather, all-streaming show that we do here every night during the workdays and on weekends. We stream it out to all of our streaming platforms, including Facebook and YouTube. So if you are joining us from either of those places, please feel free to leave us a question or a comment. Hopefully I'll be able to answer everything as I go through the forecast, but if not, I'll go through at the very end and see if I can answer anything individually for you. So let's get started here with a look at our headlines. Actually, we're going to take a look at the reason for the seasons. Today was actually a big day for us here in the Weather Nerds department. It was the winter solstice, which pretty much means the sun is directly overhead the Tropic of Capricorn, which is in the southern hemisphere. So at this point in time, the southern poles are pointed at the sun, or at least more directly at the sun, as opposed to the northern hemisphere, which is why we start to cool off as we head into the winter months and why they start to warm up in the southern hemisphere as they head into summer. Now, it also impacts the amount of daylight. Today was the shortest amount of daylight we had all year long. The Arctic Circle receives around 0 hours of daylight on the winter solstice, while us here in the Evansville area typically get around 9.5 hours, and then the equator still looking at around 12 hours of daylight, but the Antarctic Circle, 24 hours of sunshine. Wish it were us, but our time comes a little bit later. We'll just have to get through the next couple of months before we start to see our summer like friend and condition come back. But looking at our headlines here and what we're tracking out for the next couple of days, while today was the first day of winter, it's not going to feel like it here through the next week. We are going to continue to warm up through the work week with the chance for a few spotty showers, especially Monday into Tuesday, but there is that chance even for a few isolated showers Wednesday and Thursday as well. I just think they're a little bit less likely. And then looking ahead to Christmas Thursday, it is going to be a very warm day, potentially one of the warmest Christmases we've had on record. Now, let's take a look at our setup. Right now, we have high pressure in place, and that kept us nice and dry today. We had a few clouds stream in during the morning hours, but we saw a return of mostly sunny skies this afternoon. That cold front that moved in last night, pushing off the East Coast now, and everything's going to remain generally quiet and fairly zonal. Usually when we get active weather patterns, we have big dips in the jet streams. We're not really seeing that here for this week. And taking a closer look at our Doppler radar, you can see we just have some higher level clouds streaming on in, so we'll stay mostly clear through the rest of the night tonight. Now, earlier today, we topped out right around average in the low to mid 40s, 46 degrees here in Evansville, into the 50s off to our south. But now that the sun is set, we've cooled off by several degrees, sitting at around 30 here in Evansville, 35 in Owensboro. The cold spot on the map, Fairfield, 28 degrees with mostly clear skies right now. And over the next 12 hours, temperatures will continue to drop down into the upper 20s to right around 30 degrees for our overnight lows, and leading into tomorrow, we'll warm up again, back up above average, topping out in the low to possibly mid 50s in a few spots, but we'll notice an increase in cloud cover through the day, and then again that chance for some spotty showers beginning in the afternoon, but ramping up more as you head into Monday night and into early Tuesday morning. So here's what that looks like. Waking up Monday morning, some sunshine, but the clouds do increase out of the south fairly quickly, and with the clouds you do get some of those sprinkles. Now again, none of this is going to be heavy at all. We're not looking at any thunderstorms. We're not looking at any major storm systems moving through the tri-state. It's just simply an increase in moisture that will allow us to have a chance for some on and off spotty sprinkles and isolated rain showers Monday afternoon through the day on Tuesday. There's really no good start and end time. There's no timing out these showers. They just kind of come and go as they please here, because there is no actual storm system to kind of start them up and kick them out. It's just moisture. So that's what we'll be looking at for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. But even with that, while it'll be on the drearier side, at least it'll be warm, and it's not going to be a complete washout. So I think you can have any outdoor plans still. You just have to bring maybe an umbrella or a poncho with you for the occasional spit or drizzle that moves through. But outside of the rain showers I mentioned, we continue to warm up here through the end of the month. And looking at your temperature trend through the next 7 days, you'll notice we'll top out all the way into the upper 60s by the time we get into Christmas. Christmas looking like the warmest day of the next 7-day period there, with our forecast high being around 69 degrees. Now, if that were to verify come Thursday, that would mark us as second warmest Christmas on record, just below 2021, where they reached a record high of 72 degrees. And then in third place would be a tie for 2019 and 1982 at 68 degrees. But definitely an interesting pattern setting up here, and a very unusual one as we head into the first week of winter, but especially for Christmas. I know a lot of folks hope for a white Christmas or a colder Christmas just because that's, that's what the vibes are. But unfortunately, that is just not what's going to be happening this year. So you can definitely bring out those short sleeves and shorts. I recommend it because it is going to be pretty balmy out there, especially with what we've been used to for the end of fall. But looking at our precipitation chances, again, very, very slight chances for a few spotty showers there. And then we do start to dry out more towards Thursday and Friday. A lot of that shower activity looks to stay off to the northeast of Evansville. But again, you can't completely rule out maybe a sprinkle there Christmas Day. And then we'll have a front push all of that out of here through the day on Friday. We'll actually see a return of partly cloudy, maybe even mostly sunny skies briefly for Friday afternoon before the clouds fill back in as we head into the weekend. And then it looks like another front will move in, and that'll bring us another round of some showers by the next weekend as well. But here's a look at your 7-day forecast, just to kind of wrap everything up in a little bow for you. We've got some spotty showers, mainly tomorrow afternoon and into tomorrow evening. Some of that lingers throughout the day on Tuesday. It'll become more isolated Wednesday and into Thursday, but I don't want to completely rule out that chance for some spotty showers or even a stray sprinkle, especially Christmas Day. But as of right now, it looks mostly dry. Mostly cloudy, though, with temperatures all the way into the upper 60s before we start to gradually cool back down for next weekend, dropping back down into the 50s by Sunday. So that is a look at your weather for the next week. That is all I've got here for the forecast. I'll send you guys over to 14 News at 10 for all the latest news and weather headlines. Until then, everybody, stay safe and have a great rest of your night, and have a Merry Christmas.